Hi, I'm Sephirothsword57, and first off, I would like to thank Dave Pretendo for letting me upload this video on his channel. Arigato, Dave. Now, on to the review. The game I'm gonna review today is called Chrono Trigger. Whoops! This is the wrong game. There we go. Chrono Trigger is often placed very high in top 10 lists, and is regarded as one of the best games ever made. Which is true, if you ask me. Chrono Trigger was released in the 90s for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System by Squaresoft, who is today known as Square Enix. Why can't you make games like you did in the 90s, Square? You are but a shadow of your former self. Now, the game was created by Hironobu Sakaguchi, who also created Final Fantasy VII, which is considered one of the best games to ever be released, which I agree with. We also have the composer, Nobuo Uematsu, who also worked on Final Fantasy VII. And also Akira Toriyama, which is probably the only name you need to hear in order to know it's gonna be super sugoi. He is the creator of Dragon Ball, and makes some of the best fan art around. Now you might say that the graphics looks bad in comparison with games today. In which case you're totally wrong. The graphics look amazing, and it still holds up to this day. But the graphics is not the only thing that is amazing. The story, the gameplay, the characters, the story, all of them is god tier great. My favorite part of the game is when they realize that the world is gonna get destroyed. One of the finer moments in the game, but far from the only one. You will see parts similar like this later in the game. Now this part here is also really good. The part when Chrono dies. Now, let's talk about the characters. First off, we have Chrono. Just look at this badass motherfucker. He has a sword and has red hair. His clothes is pretty swag too. Just look at him. Who doesn't want to play with a ginger Goku? I sure would. Next up, we have Ayla. Now that is what I call a good female character. Strong and good looking. What I would do to be able to wrestle around with this lady here. Next up is Magus, and I don't know what to say. This is probably the most boring character in the game. He joins you so late in the game that he barely gets any kind of character developed. Also, he looks stupid, with his sight and blue skin. Who does he think he is? A Smurf? Anyway, he's only a blemish on an otherwise perfect game. Now, there's only one more thing I like to talk about, and it's this. Chrono Cross. I have no words to describe how bad this game is. First off, no Akira Toriyama, which means that they had to go with this art style instead. And it looks terrible. The gameplay is different, the characters look awful, and the story is different. This is nothing like Chrono Trigger. What were they thinking? This is some shit-infested diarrhea dick fucks. Don't play that game, but play Chrono Trigger. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night, evening, morning, or day. Bye!